A lot of things have happened in the last couple of weeks since our last newsletter and the start of the lockdown in New Zealand due to COVID-19. The majority of our staff have been working from home with a small skeleton crew remaining at the facility for minimal production, QA, supply chain and distribution. Our customer service team are all working from home, as are our marketing and administration team. We're managing quite well, although there are some challenges. Our heart goes out to those other businesses worldwide who have been forced to totally close down with the resultant job losses. Hopefully, this lockdown will be over in another few weeks and those businesses can resume and rehire those who have lost their jobs. If it does, then the economic damage resulting from this pandemic will hopefully be recoverable. We've not laid off any staff and will continue to support them for as long as we can. There are signs in Europe with a number of countries that the worst may be over with a steady drop-off in new cases. Underneath this video, we've put a link to a professor from Stanford who reviews the data. It is a very balanced and accurate assessment of what is going on with COVID-19, and you may well find it interesting. Pretty long, but worth watching. We're naturally concerned about what is going on in both the USA and the UK with the rising numbers of cases and deaths. It will almost certainly get worse before it gets better. Hopefully it peaks within the next 2 to 3 weeks and then steadily improves like it is doing now in other countries. Apart from anything else you may be doing to improve your immune system, try to get as much exposure as you can to sunshine. I did a video blog about this a day or so ago. You can link to it below in this newsletter. Now, talking about immunity, we all know that there is no proven cure or prevention for COVID-19, whether it be pharmaceutical or nutraceutical. However, having said that, there is quite a bit of anecdotal evidence of natural solutions which is promising in the fight against viruses, but as there are no formal clinical trials at this stage on COVID-19, no claims can be made, only verified stories for which people can draw their own conclusions. I'm going to share one with you now. It involves a family of 7 in Spain who have all been diagnosed with COVID-19. They all got sick with the exception of one of them, the mother, whom you would have thought would be the most vulnerable. It turned out that the mother had been taking 500 milligrams a day of Sinothox, which is the special ingredient that we are also using at 500 milligrams in our new CX8 that we announced last in newsletter. Because she was the only one in the family who had no symptoms, Pure Deer, who is the manufacturer of this ingredient from organic sea buckthorn, grown wild on the Tibetan Plateau, suggested that the rest of the family try a double dose of Sinothox. They did, and after having been ill for 2 weeks, they all showed significant improvements after just 3 days. Now, as I said, this is not to be construed as a cure or a prevention, but rather something for you to think about. There is science which helps explain these results, which seems to come down to the highly bioavailable flavonoids in the Sinothox. I'll explain that further in a separate video blog. I have to admit though, I was delighted to learn of this story and others which support the benefits of certain flavonoids in fighting viruses. Quercetin, a flavonoid, has long been known to support lung health, but what is less known is that the form of 3-methylquercetin is much more bioavailable than the normal form, and this is part of the structure in the Sinothox ingredient. So, inadvertently, those customers who have their CX8 on the way for cardiovascular support will likely get an immune boost as well. The special New Zealand blackcurrant extract that is also in CX8 and acts in synergy with the Sinothox is further complemented by the rutin, another flavonoid. So if you have ordered CX8 and you're exposed to coronavirus, I would appreciate it if you could give me any feedback. Thank you. During this last month, we have seen an increase in our sales across the board, no doubt due to the coronavirus. The big jumps have been with Total Balance Premium and Omega-3 QH Ultra, with a 300% increase in both ImmuStay and our lung support. These are products that we don't generally promote very much, but they are still very good. Well, that brings you up to date for the moment. Take care for now and stay safe, and I will talk to you again in a couple of weeks. Oh, If you haven't already done so, it would be great if you could subscribe to Beyond Health Tips on YouTube. There is a link below. Catch up with you later.